Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. In this chapter, Bismillah ta'ala, we're gonna learn two things here. بما تحصل الطهارة من الحدث. We talk about al-hadath. We said that al-hadath means to be in a state of impurity as a person, and what makes you to be in that state, meaning something came out of you. Some impurities came out of you. Those impurities that are khabath, and you are in a state of hadath. Then how? بما تحصل الطهارة من الحدث. What could possibly make someone, you understand, to be free or to observe this tahara? Meaning بما تحصل, what could make you to achieve this tahara from this hadath, from being in a state of impurity? What will take you out of the state? That's what it means. What could take you, or what takes you out of the state? What do you have to do to take you out of being in such a state? تحصل الطهارة بالماء الطهور. This tahara we're talking about could be achieved by using what? A water. الطهور, a pure water, a natural water, pure water. A pure water. Inshallah, we are going to talk about tahara. Inshallah, that's going to be the next topic. What do we mean by ma'u tahur? But here we just have to know that ma'u tahur means a pure water. First of all, tahara is achieved by using al-ma' at-tahur, using a pure water. وَكَذَلِكَ بِالتُّرَابِ. It is not only water that could be used. Malam is also telling us, وَكَذَلِكَ, and also بِالتُّرَابِ, we can also make use of what? Turab, sand. لقوله تعالى. Why? Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said it. Allah the Most High said it. فَلَمْ تَجِدُوا مَاءً فَتَيَمَّمُوا صَعِيدًا طَيِّبًا. In Surah An-Nisa, when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling us, teaching us how to perform ablution. At the end of it, Allah says, فَلَمْ تَجِدُوا مَاءً. If they're in a situation that they couldn't find water to perform this ablution, to purify themselves, to make themselves okay, fit, to be able to perform the act of worship, if they do not find water, فَلَمْ تَجِدُوا مَاءً. They do not find the water becomes very hard and scarce, they couldn't find it, they've gone around, and the neighbors from their house and from the neighbors, no water, nowhere to be found. So, فَتَيَمَّمُوا, then they should resort to what? Performing the tayammum by using the sa'idan tayyiba, by using the pure earth surface. A pure earth surface, that is sand and what have you. Inshallah, we're going to go into that later on. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has legislated us that if there's no availability of water, then we can resort to what? Using the sand as another way we can achieve purity. So here, these are two ways that we can achieve purity, either by water or by the earth surface. Are we getting it? And the next question is بما تحصل الطهارة من النجاسة. Now you can see from that definition that I was telling you, I made mention of al-khabath. Though khabath was not mentioned by name here, but there's a pointer to it. Why is it إزالة ما يمنع من العبادة? So, which I told you that is khabath. And I also mentioned, if you could remember, I mentioned something like najasa. I said khabath is also the najasa. Now that is what he's saying here in this chapter. بما تحصل الطهارة من النجاسة, meaning من الخبث. We spoke about what could be used, how do we purify ourselves from being in a state of hadath. Are we getting it? we talk about water, making use of water and making use of what? Earth surface. How do we use it? We are going to be talking about it later on, bismillah ta'ala. Now, it's talking about how do we also purify ourselves from the impurity itself, not us being an impure now. That impurity, maybe impurity could be found in three places. Apart from you yourself being an impure, because this impurity has passed through you and you also become impure. We've spoken about that. And how do you purify yourself is making use of water by performing ghusl or performing wudu. Are we getting it? And also tayammum. If ghusl and wudu are not possible, you perform tayammum. Then what about the impurity itself? The impurity could be found in three places, either in your own self also, because the impurity could be attached to your body, yes, which might need to be washed away, or in your clothing, either in your body, in your clothing, or in a place that you want to perform an act of ibadah, either in your body, in your shirts, in your clothing, and in the place where you want to perform the act of worship. These are the three places that najasa or al-khabas are found. In yourself, meaning attached to yourself, that you need to wash away, in your clothes, and the place that you want to worship Allah in. Are we getting it? So how do we, if we find this najasa, khabas in these three places, in any one of these three places, either in your body, how do you take it away? Either in your shirts, how do you take it away? Either in the place that you want to worship Allah, how do you take it away? That's what it's saying. Purifying yourself from najasa, fatakunu bil mai aydan. It can also be what? With water. وكذلك بكل ما يزيل النجاسة فإنه مطهر. And also بكل ما يزيل, it could also be what? Taken away. We could also purify ourselves with anything that could remove the impurity itself. فإنه مطهر. In such a case, that thing becomes a purifier. What it means here, anything that could take that impurity away from your body or from your shirt or from the place, and that impurity will not be seen physically again, then such a thing becomes a purifier. It has purified it. So here, how to purify the najasa is more wider. A lot of things comes in which are not there in the hadath. When it comes to hadath, when it comes to hadath, it's only two. It's either you use water or tayammum. By doing tayammum, that's all. But in an-najasa, there are a lot of things that you can use. There are a lot of things. Anything that has the ability to remove the impurity becomes a purifier. We will understand it later as we go on. Bi'iznillahi ta'ala, we have a better understanding of this issue. كما كان في الاستجمار, just like we're talking about istijmar بالحجارة. He makes an example. كما كان في الاستجمار بالحجارة, just like in a situation where you ease yourself, you go to the toilet, then you cleanse yourself with a stone. You see, a stone serves as a purifier. You use a stone to purify yourself. Once you use a stone to purify yourself, you are okay, but it has condition. Any other thing that is not water in terms of purifying the najasa, so it has counting. It has counting if it is you removing it from your body. If that najasa is attached to your body, maybe you defecated and there's no water for you to use to purify yourself. You want to use stone, you want to use anything to purify yourself from that. You want to clean your budok, so you can use stone, you can use stick, you can use rag, you can use toilet roll to clean yourself. So it must be three, minimum 30 pieces, 30 pieces, then 5, 7, 9 if it needs. Are we getting it? وَالدَّلْكُ عَلَيْنِ بِالتُّرَابِ. And also if you have a filthy, if you have a feces or dirt underneath your shoe, all you need to do دَلْكُ عَلَيْنِ by putting your shoe, scrubbing it on the biturab, on the sand, is enough to cleanse the impurity from your shoe. وغير ذلك مما أذن فيه الشارع, and the rest that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has permitted us to do in the case of purifying ourselves. Inshallah, when we are talking about each topic that has to do with what we've been saying now, you will have a better and a wider understanding of all this. This is just a summary of what we are going to be learning. Inshallah, we are going deep bi'idhnillahi ta'ala after this. First of all, we're going to take issue of water, as we've mentioned, regarding water to be the first thing that you use to purify yourself. We'll look into the water. Most of the things that we've mentioned here now, that you may not understand it here properly now, we're still going to its topic as we reach it for you to have a better understanding. So we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make it beneficial for us what we've said now, and grant us an understanding of it. أقول قولي هذا أستغفر الله لي ولكم ولجميع المسلمين. And this was an assignment here, an exercise, التدريبات, an exercise. Number 1, ما حكم الطهارة من الحدث? What is the ruling of purifying yourself from being in a state of hadath? That's number 1 question. Number 2 question, في أي سورة كانت الآية التي تدل على حصول الطهارة? In which surah the ayah that points to achieving tahara could be found? In which surah? That ayah that is talking about tahara, in which surah? Give it out. بالماء والتراب وما تلك الآية. Then after talking about the surah, in which surah, then you have to bring out the verse completely, not just the abridged one in the book. You have to bring the complete verse, inshallah. هل يزيل نجاسة غير الماء من الطاهرات? Another question, can any other thing besides water be used to purify tahara and najasa? Could anything apart from the water, besides water, could be used to purify oneself from najasa? That is the question. So inshallah, we are waiting for your answers بإذن الله تعالى. أقول قولي هذا استغفر الله لكم ولجميع المسلمين. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.